Intense rains brought about by Tropical Storm Jolina flooded various areas in Luzon and the Visayas. We have on the phone with us NDRRMC spokesperson Mark Timbal to give us the latest from on the ground. Good evening, Spokes, which areas are really the most badly hit by TS Jolina at present?
Yes, as of this time, Ms. Sean, we are continuing our damage assessment in various areas, including Calabarzon, Mimaropa, Region 5 and Region 6. If you can remember, Region 8. Region 8 was the first region to encounter Typhoon Jolina at that time, and she was still at typhoon level, and they suffered some damages to houses and other structures, and it also caused some interruptions in the delivery of power services. However, when the storm passed, the quick work of the local power cooperatives as well as the NGCP is being done to ensure that the power will be restored. So far, power restoration has been completed in a number of municipalities there. Also in Masbate, power has been restored. But we are still clarifying on the details of the casualties. So far, we haven't published any casualty yet, but we have received preliminary information of a possible casualty coming from Batangas province. We're still checking the details of that landslide incident, and we're also checking the details of the search and rescue mission being conducted off the coast of Masbate for some missing fishermen and other fishermen as well coming from Region 8.
Right, okay. How are rescue efforts going and evacuation efforts going, spokesperson, in the light or in the context of COVID-19? Is this in any way hampering efforts?
It is difficult, yes, Ms. Sean. We have evacuated more than 8,000 individuals, 8,600 individuals, totaling to 1,995 families, and they're using 55 evacuation centers in Mimaropa, Region 5, 6, and 8. We have issued reminders to our local governments to ensure that the protection of the evacuated population will be maintained by following the minimum health standards, as well as the provision of face masks and face shields, and the maintenance of social distancing up to the level of the evacuation centers. We're also informing our local health officers to ensure that they have to monitor the health situations in evacuation centers so that if anyone displays symptoms of any disease, specifically respiratory disease, these persons will be immediately isolated or brought to the nearest quarantine facility.
All right, good to hear that protocols are in place. Spokesperson Timbal, can I ask how the search and rescue operations are going for the 12 fishermen that were reported missing in Catbalogan earlier today? Any progress there?
Well, we're still confirming whether the search and rescue operations have been successfully completed. We have been receiving reports that it's still ongoing, and some parties are reporting that the missing fishermen have been rescued already. We're coordinating with our counterparts in the Region 8 Disaster Management Council to confirm this detail. We also received a report of missing persons off the coast of Marinduque as well. And this is still being investigated by our counterparts in the Regional Disaster Council for Mimaropa. So these information items are still being checked for their veracity.
All right, well, hoping for the best in the cases of the new missing persons. Spokes, if we can just ask just a few numbers, do we have any early estimates on damage to agriculture and property as we wait for updates on casualties and injuries?
So far, as of this point, when it comes to our report of damages for infrastructure and agriculture, we are still waiting for the report to be submitted by our counterparts from the regions. we were informed that today they have begun the damage assessment, specifically in those areas that the storm had already passed and weather is already improving. We are hoping that by tonight or tomorrow, these reports would be submitted to us.
All right, and we also have another weather disturbance. Typhoon Kiko is within the Philippine area of responsibility.
That's correct.
As early as now. Yeah, are we doing preps for that?
Yes, this afternoon, the NDRRMC called for a meeting to coordinate the preparations for Typhoon Kiko. There's an expectation that the typhoon can still intensify. That's why we are mobilizing preparedness activities in the regions up north, in Region 1, Region 2, as well, focusing on the areas of the Batanes and Babuyan group of islands. The storm may also affect other parts of Luzon, the landslide-prone areas and flood-prone areas of central Luzon and the Cordillera. So we're coordinating with all of these regional disaster councils to make sure that the preemptive evacuation activities will be conducted, the prepositioning of relief items, as well as equipment and personnel search and rescue teams will be done to ensure that they will be ready for deployment once the storm comes in.
All right, we won't be taking up much more of your time. We understand it's going to be a long night for you. Thank you so much. NDRRMC spokesman Mark Timbal joining us over the phone. Thank you, sir.
Good evening.